Hey guys, this is iCompany here. Welcome everybody to today's live stream. Today is February the 18th, 2024. Welcome everyone. And this should be the finale of the Rooster's Dead series, the final episode of the live stream, kind of what do you call it, daily, I guess, web drama or YouTube drama. Now, here's where we're at so far in this story. So we pretty much have resolved everything as far as I know, except for maybe a few things involving Umain, and that's probably the main issue here. So one of the things that I know Rooster was wanting, and he discussed, was he wanted for Umain to issue a formal apology on his end. So we've been trying to contact Umain for about 3 days now. And here's pretty much what's been going on with Umain. And now sub games, we're going to talk about also sub games and a little bit of Rooster, but mainly the main issue is Umain here. So the first thing that I want to check, because sub games brought this up to me, was that apparently there was an issue when I was doing screen sharing. Whenever I screen share, there's a black screen. And I want to try to do that again today. Hopefully today that issue is resolved, but we'll check. Because I want to show you all what Umain has been writing here. And I'm going to do a couple of things here. I'm going to first share my screen here. And also I'm going to not only share my screen, I'm also going to check myself using my phone so I can check and see what's going on maybe from a technical standpoint. So first I'm going to do is I'm going to share. Usually I typically share the window. But let me see. I'm going to try to share the entire screen here, and hopefully that will resolve what I am looking for. All right. So the YouTube here says that I'm screen sharing. Now, I'm also going to pull up my phone here, and I'm going to go on YouTube to see. Hopefully this pulls up. And I'm looking at my screen on my phone, and it is pulling up. Yeah, it is pulling up the conversation here. So I'm going to also read off the conversation. Hopefully you can see and, understand what I'm talking about here. So yeah, I was, trying to do an audio call a few times with Umain. And unfortunately, he wasn't picking up. And then Umain started getting really aggressive here. He's like, and I'm going to kind of talk in the, the Umain tone of voice. Indoor dumb boy. What it look like, a party? I'm like, you want to get on Discord today? I don't know, bro. I'm crying, man. Tryouts are in 3 days. Soccer, I'm not in the mood. And let me see if I'm having trouble scrolling for some reason. Нет, я занят. Уходите. All right, sorry about that. I'm trying. My screen is messed up. Why is my screen messed up here? I'm trying to scroll up in this conversation here, and for whatever reason, it's not letting me. 1 second here. I'm going to try to scroll to the beginning of this conversation here with Umain. There we go. I'm going to try another way here. I don't know why on earth this is glitching on me. There we go. All right, cool. So yeah, I don't know, bro. Tryouts are in 3 days. Soccer, I'm not in the mood. I'm like, well, we need to talk. We need to talk about Rooster on call. And I'm like, mood for talking? I'm not like, what do you mean you mood? And then he goes full on crazy mode here. To do a freaking live stream, you crazy do. I'm done with all the YouTube nonsense. You barely getting any viewers. I'm like, what do you mean? I gotta focus on grades, bro. Like, what you not get? My grades are bad and you not helping much. Like, what's up, bro? And then he starts sending me all these screenshots of his grades here. And he's failing. So he's failing English here, failing Spanish. Culinary arts is also one other things he's failing here. I'm sorry. Yeah, culinary arts, he's got an A. Algebra 2, he's got a C. Chemistry, he's got a D. So he's failing chemistry. He's got an A in history. So his issue is that he's failing English, and he's been having trouble with English for many years now. Spanish, he's failing because it's a whole big story. I can talk about Umain's freaking school work and all that. And I'm sure I've covered that in a few live streams here. My grades, bro. I'm not doing YouTube nonsense. I have to lock in. Soccer tryouts are soon. I have to make varsity. I'm like, Rooster just wants for you to apologize on video. No, bro, I don't care. I don't have time. I'm focusing on grades. I've been trying my hardest. I'm like, how are you feeling everything? I thought you did not want to play soccer. And he mentioned that it was like, oh, I'm going to give up on soccer. I have, but a bunch of other stuff he needs to take care of. I changed my mind, bro. And I'm like, what do you mean you changed your mind? You sound like you're going sped. So I don't understand what this I changed my mind nonsense is about. I mean, that's what's kind of strange here about Umain. But yeah, that's what's been on with the Umain stuff here. But yeah, so Umain at this point does not want to apologize to Rooster, which is unfortunate, right? And I'm very confused what happened to his grades, because we were like, because I remember when we used to like help Umain all the time on the live streams about, hey, what's going on with your grades? What are you doing in class? What work are you missing? Hey, let's try to catch up on work. And we did that for, like half a year. And then starting 2023, I believe, I told him that I was like, no, I'm not going to help you any more of your homework and all your assignments. You got to do your stuff yourself now, because one, I was tired of doing it. And two, I was getting yelled at that, why are you helping this guy doing his homework? And I'm like, well, shoot, he needs to, kind of wake up and start doing his stuff. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna help him out a little bit, and then I'm gonna leave him to be, basically, what they call throw him out in the waters or throw him out in the sea, I think is the expression. To see if he sinks or swims, and looks like he's sinking here. So that's what's been going on with Umain, which is like the main issue here, that Umain doesn't want to issue a formal apology. And Umain says that he's now done with everything. He's done with YouTube. He's done with gaming and getting on Roblox and all that. So this is what, the second person who's done with Roblox now, right? Rooster's done with Roblox. Umain is done with Roblox, which sucks, but for the Thigh Company channel at least. So yeah, now so unfortunately, Rooster, I don't know what I'm gonna do with Umain in terms of that. But you at least have an apology from the Thigh Company channel. So here's the next part. So sup games, hey. So I saw that you made a live stream on like a commentary on part 4, and I watched that reaction commentary last night, and there was a few funny things that I noticed that was pretty hilarious, but I did want to also cover a few things as well. The hilarious part is your like discovery of what sped was, and I was like, oh, man, this guy's trying to figure out what it means. So to kind of cover that right quick. So the word sped is a term that Umain, you could argue, invented, but it exists on the internet as well. So you Googled it and you figured out what it was pretty quickly. But just that process of finding out what it was, I thought it was a little funny. But yeah, Umain was the original like creator or person was throwing out that term. So basically, Umain has so SPED basically means special education, right? And what Umain basically is saying is somebody's and you basically discovered what it means, right? So but Umain has like an issue with SPED kids, okay? So but Umain was throwing that term around left and right like it was nothing, and I figured, well, that's kind of sounds safer to use versus some other words. And that kind of became a running joke with Umain. Always call something like that's off or weird or crazy or stupid or whatever. He would use that term in exchange of what else would be his regular term. And I do know there's like confusion, and the idea is like, people are looking at this as like, what does this mean? And the idea is to bring that audience in to look and figure out what this sped mean. Basically, is what that was kind of intended to be. Now the other thing is there was I think a few things that was kind of going back and forth on. So the second thing I want to do is correct you in regards to the views versus watch hours algorithm. So to cover what YouTube is doing. So YouTube has kind of a bunch of parameters in order to get monetization, and they do different things. Like they count certain things, but they do not count other things. So to make everything clear, the classic traditional way to get monetized, you need at least 1,000 subscribers, and you need at least 4,000 watch hours within the time frame of 365 days. Which sounds like a good time frame, but unfortunately, with the way that's set up, for me, it was sort of arguably a negative thing, because it like counted a bunch of stuff that happened in 2022, but because it's now 2024, it doesn't count any of that anymore. Which means we kind of have to start over from scratch again with all the gameplay videos, which that's fine. We can do that. Now, YouTube does not count any watch hours from shorts towards monetization. So that's the next thing. So if you got, let's say you have 1 million watch hours on shorts, YouTube won't count any of those hours towards watch hour like monetization. Now, count views at all in terms of watch hours. So if you have 1,000, let's say you have a minute, or let's make it simple math. Let's say you have an hour-long video. If you have 1,000 views on that hour-long video, that doesn't mean that it's 1,000 hours that you've collected or gained. Now, I do know you did mention this as well, that it's like, oh, this doesn't mean necessarily that's what it is, and then there was some confusion on that. But the issue is that, like right now with Thigh Company channel, and I checked last night the analytics. So you mentioned that you hardly look at analytics. The Thigh Company channel, I look at it almost once a day. I probably should be looking at it less often, but I do look at it at least once a day to kind of get an idea of what direction the channel's going. And in terms of the subscriber count, we were going really great in terms of that, from like probably starting October of 2023. Now, the next part they also talk about is, so yeah, the subscriber count starting to slow down a little bit, but I expect it to continue going up, because we're now at like 1,550 something subscribers. So it is still going up, but it's not as fast as what we want it to be right now, but it's still going up. So it's not bad necessarily. The watch hours, though, they're all over the place. We were at up to like 1,000 something watch hours. It dropped all the way to like 130, and then we went up to like 160 with like some of the first of the Roblox anime stuff. So that's like including Super Smash Brothers, the Dragon Ball Z stuff, the Naruto stuff. Like when we first did that like 2 weeks ago, that brought up the hours from 130 to 160. But now like 150 something, meaning that it's dropping now again, which sucks. Meaning that it's probably starting to clear off everything that's from like January of 2023, which is like the remaining residual hours from like the Backrooms videos, probably the, what's it called? The Edward the Man-Eating Train was like another big thing that was back in the end of 2022. And then there was also like a few obby games as well that were getting a lot of views. So to kind of counteract that, what we did was let's see, we have some people here. Hello, Ronan RBLX, welcome. Empress Rochelle or Raquel, welcome as well. What's this? This is the part 5 or the finale of the Rooster's Dead series. I don't know if you all been watching the last few live streams. We have like a few different sections of that drama that we had between Thigh Company and Rooster. That's pretty much what's been going on here, and I'm gonna say hello everyone here. What's with people joining in 1 second saying hello and then bye, I gotta go? That's like a common thing on YouTube for some reason. 3 people watching. Yeah, that's what I have so far too. But yeah, we're going to get probably a lot of other views. You know, we with the live streams, we get a bunch of views, or we tend to get a lot of views during live stream, and then after live stream ends, we get a lot of views like post stream as well. But yes, hello everybody again. But yeah, to get back to the discussion with Sped Games, we're talking about the monetization stuff here, and then the argument about views versus hours. So yeah, the issue was that when even if your video gets a bunch of views, it doesn't mean that you're going to get a bunch of hours. And we were getting a good number of hours probably back at end of 2022 because one, Backrooms was popular then, and that's probably where we got most of the watch hours then. Because we had like 3 or 4 games that were trending on Roblox back then, which was anything pretty much involving Backrooms genre or series. I think Backrooms was like getting a bunch of views. We had Backrooms, the async video that's had 5,000 views. And then some of the obby games probably was the other thing. So what we try to do right now to kind of like get back into getting the higher watch hours is, live streamings. They also count live stream watch hours. So like if I got a person watching a live stream and the live stream's over an hour and they consistently are watching that whole live stream for over an hour, YouTube will count that 1 hour as towards the monetization hours, which is good. So that's why, we want a lot of people watching the live streams. The next thing is that, what we try to do is what we're doing now to kind of gauge the audience a little bit more is we start doing polls on what we call the community tab of the YouTube, like Thigh Company YouTube page. And so what it's been helping a little bit to understand what's going on, but we're not getting enough votes as much as what we wanted. But we're getting some votes. Probably the biggest thing that I recently started seeing, and I'm going to go to the community tab here on my phone. Let's see here. So first poll got 4 votes, which is fine. Understand that. So and everybody voted for family stories. The second vote was like again in February, and we were asking what does everybody want to see in the live streams, and that was a little bit more mixed, which I'm glad to see people are voting for different things instead of it all being like one topic. But number 1 vote was for, again, family stories, then work stories was in second place, then school stories was in third place, and then friend stories was in fourth place. And I figured nobody wants to listen to the friend stories based on the views as well. So, we're probably going to cut off that for now. Family stories, we do think we're going to get back into the Sped Dad series. And then we were trying to do some work stories as well, but we noticed that the work stories was getting as many views as like the friend stories, meaning that not a lot of people want to see the work stories, I guess. But yeah, the family stories, we can probably continue that for now and then maybe put in a work story here and there and see where that goes. But as far as what I want to do with the regular videos, here's where we stand so far. And this has been like 13 hours after the poll has been put up on the Thigh Company channel. So from what I see here, it says that everybody prefers for me to get back into playing blocks cards, according to what I have here in the poll. Right? And you should see there it says blocks cards. And then nobody cares for Backrooms. Okay, I guess Backrooms is dead. Nobody cares for Pokemon or the anime games. And there was 1 vote for classic Roblox games. So classic Roblox games would be like kind of what Rooster plays, like Disaster Master, or Natural Disaster Survival. We did make 1 video and that did get views, so we may go back to trying to play that. What are some other classic Roblox games? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head here. That's probably talking about or including probably like the sword fighting games, all the classic Roblox games, essentially. Stuff that's like part of what do you call Roblox history, right? Um, so all right, there we go. Turn down the sound a little bit there. So yeah, I guess that one of the issues was that regarding Roblox, gameplay, other than blocks cards. Cards is fine to do. I can make videos using the laptop, but I gotta make a sub games that I was going to make a video showing how the laptop is just about destroyed, right? Uh, and oh yeah, that's the other topic. He was talking about the devaluation of electronics. That was a big discussion that I had with him. So there's different mixed opinions on that. The first issue is that like so what we do is we price the electronics competitively based on what sells on eBay. But Subgames was giving some really low ranges of stuff. He was like, "Oh, Thai company, if you have a computer that's $200, it probably should be like $70 on eBay." And then he started bringing up some things about eBay, how eBay you're like buying a what's the word, cat in a bag, but basically like you don't know what you're getting, which is not really true because people on eBay. First of all, there is a buyer seller protection thing. So like if you get something that's off from what you think you're getting, I mean there is some protection in that. So you're not like going to get screwed over on eBay. Um, the next thing is that all the sellers, even and this is including myself, we take multiple photographs of what's going on. Um, Now eBay does allow videos, but I don't think anybody on eBay does videos except for very few listings of the item. And ours pretty much the computer works. It's some hardware issues, and then maybe needs like a software update. But again, I brought this up that um, the laptop was what was it? It's built for like it was originally built for the Russian market, but and I thought I told this another story about what happened between my uncle and this laptop stuff, but I might bring it up again. Essentially, what happened was I had a PC from I think 2016, like October of 2016 through probably October of no, not I'm sorry, not October, just the year 2021. I think is when I sold it. So about 5 years I had that computer. Um, the computer was fine. That computer, which was an HP all-in-one PC desktop, that computer, sometime in I think 2020, an issue brought up. They had a Windows update, and unfortunately, a lot of these computers have like what's called forced Windows updates, where you can't really opt out of it, or it's like if you opt out of it, eventually it starts messing up the computer regardless. Um, so it had one of these automatic Windows updates. And after these updates, I noticed that the touchscreen on that computer, and it was a touchscreen all in one desktop computer, PC, personal computer. That computer, after it lost the touchscreen capabilities, I started going online, and I think I made even some live streams talking about this way back in 2020, talking about how I had this. I didn't like that it lost the touchscreen because I remember we were playing like Civilization 5 with the touchscreen, and it was so much easier to do that versus dragging the mouse here and there, clicking on everything, and it felt better to play that way as well. Um, so we were trying to figure out, we were just researching and investigating, how do we get this touchscreen stuff working again? And we didn't figure that out. We tried doing one thing, we tried doing another thing, and eventually what we ended up doing was we tried to do what's called a factory reset. And I'm sure Subgames knows what a factory reset is, but um, essentially we tried to do that. And after we did the factory reset, it messed up the whole computer. Everything started going slow and all that. And so at that point, I was like, all right, we got to get rid of this computer. Let's sell it on eBay. And now, here's where Subgames is a little wrong on this, but Subgames made this implication as if like if you buy something brand new and then you resell it, it loses like more than 2/3 of the value, and I think that's one of the issues that was brought up with the $200 thing. Because what ended up happening was we bought it for like 1,000, maybe 1,100 back in 2016, and then we sold it for like over 700 on eBay um, in 2021. And we probably would have continued having that PC if it wasn't for one, the touchscreen, and then two, the uh, the lag that was on the computer after we did the factory reset. Um, so that's that should hopefully resolve that issue regarding clarity to that computer. Now, at the same time, we had that computer, we had a laptop. That laptop was at my grandparents' place, and I would use that to maybe do some Roblox gaming and some stuff there. And it was considered like a secondary computer slash laptop. But because computer, that laptop became the main computer, meaning that this is where I was doing my main work. Okay, so the next thing is that that laptop was, over time it starts to wear down and all that. And it's an old laptop. It's even older than the computer. Okay, so this is probably, if I had to guess, either early, it could have been as old as 2007. That's how old it may have been. But what's weird is like when I was doing some research on it, it pulls up some dates that's like makes it look like it's newer, which that can't be the case. If that's the case, then HP laptops have some issues that they need to resolve. Um, because I've had like 3 HP laptops, and these laptops like to break down by themselves for some reason, which sucks. Because my dad had an HP laptop, I had one, and then my uncle from Russia had one. So we had at least 3 different HP laptops, and they all, for some reason, break down. Either it's like near the charging port, the charger breaks, or there's a vent. The vent, some plastic frames and framing, and that starts snapping off, and a bunch of other weird stuff. So I don't. I might not get an HP laptop in the future. I don't know about that, but HP desktops, I'm still inclined to try them out. And there's like maybe 2 or 3 other brands I might look at, like Dell might be a brand I might consider. I don't know about Acer. I've heard Acer and Lenovo. I've heard mixed things about that. I'm not part of the crew that's likes to build their own computers. I'm not. I don't do that. If I had someone to help me out, like my uncle, then maybe I would consider doing that. But nowadays, I mean, since he's gone, I can't do that. So the other next thing is that, yeah, because I bought the computer, sold it for 700. Okay, so here's where we're at now. The next 2 things. So the laptop that I'm selling right now, the one that's like kind of broken down, used for parts and all that, or it's functional, but I have it listed as used. That computer was at, what was it at? Like, I think it was at 150 or 200. It based it off of what was like the market rate or what's selling on eBay. So that's the general idea is you list it at like what's sold based off of sold listings, and then what I do is, like, if it's not selling, I slowly drop the price. The price is now at like $99, so $100 essentially. And we're still eyeballing the price. We're waiting for offers, and unfortunately, no one's made an offer on it yet. And so probably in March is when we're going to do the next price drop on it, unless somebody sends in an unreasonable offer. Now, regarding the Nintendo Switch, which was another thing that people were asking about. So I don't know. My understanding is that Subgames didn't see the listings for the computer and the Nintendo Switch, and so I'm going to try to screen share again to show you all the eBay page, and so I can bring up the listings here, because I think there was some confusion regarding the Nintendo Switch and the computer, and Subgames kind of made it look like it had like the cheap low end stuff. So let me try to pull that up here. All right, because the Nintendo Switch is not the Lite. He said it was a Lite. It's not a Lite. It's the OLED version. And not only is it the OLED version, it's like the rare red and blue version. Plus, there's extra games. There's several games. I think there's like 3 right now. in the listing, and there's extra accessories and add-ons with it too. So I'm going to try to screen share the eBay stuff, and also on top of sharing the Nintendo Switch, I'm going to share the laptop as well. Hopefully this works. All right, so it looks like the screen is working here. So I'm going to go sure that live stream's picking up the eBay page, and hopefully it's picking up everything here. And you should see the Nintendo Switch and then the laptop there. I'm going to go and confirm that right quick. Yeah, so it's pulling up on my phone as well, so hopefully you all are able to see it. So yeah, first I'm going to pull up the Nintendo Switch here. So here is the Switch, and hopefully this, I don't know why my laptop's touchpad is being weird now, and well, yeah, that would help if the mouse is plugged in. All right, there we go. So yeah, let's oh, now the mouse is doing the same thing. Come on. All right, let's do it the other way. All right, why are you not? All right, let's just do it the old. So yeah, Nintendo Switch OLED, red, blue, and it's a lot. It's not just the game system. You're getting, the box, the everything that's in the manual and everything. You're getting the game system, all the accessories. I'm gonna try to zoom in here. Hopefully, oh, that's not what I want. All right. So yeah, it looks like when we're screen sharing, the laptop likes to, the Chromebook is what I should say. The Chromebook likes to go slow. So yeah, you're getting all the accessories, the handheld stuff, the 3 games. Then I have the screenshots from the game. You have a collector case, a game case. Here's all the accessories here. And I have 1 game plugged in and 2 other games. All different accessories, the charger stand, the holder, and everything there. And I might, if I can get my hands on additional games, I'll add that to the listing. That'll help improve the price. And I have one potential resource I can use, and it's a maybe though, but might be able to get some added games to it. And that's why it's priced at $5.99. And you can get the protection plan as well. And it's free shipping, so the price includes free shipping. And this is based on what sells on eBay as well, because lots that have multiple games. And each, how much is Nintendo Switch games now? Like 60, $70 now. So that, in 3 of those, you're almost at like 200, right? Or you're at what, like 210. So that should help the price there too. So let's get back to, so that's the Switch. Now let's get to the laptop, because the laptop, I dropped the price a lot. So I'm going to pull up the laptop, and for some reason, some functions on the Chromebook don't seem to exist as they would exist on a laptop. So that's why I have to kind of go for the traditional route. So here's where we're at right now at the laptop. So we dropped the price, and see, it's getting views, meaning people are interested in looking at the laptop here. So it's a working laptop, 15.6 inches, which is a little bit more than a lot of other laptops that are on the market now. i3 is sort of an older stuff. It is 64 the RAM and Windows 10 Pro and all that. So yeah, I'm like showing off the laptop here and some of the photos. So it's all fine. The screen's working and all that. YouTube works and all that. But there's some, hardware issues. And these are the 2 things about the device specifications. Like, so you can see, here's the evidence of everything, RAM and all that. And then I show like, hey, here's the keyboard. I mean, you got Latin characters, but you can see there's Russian characters, in the bottom right corner. So you can see it's made for the Russian market, but you can use it here in the US too. But there's some, hardware issues like that needs to be fixed here. And then, there's, why did I take a photo of the keyboard? Oh yeah, so the charger cord's got a little bit of a split there, but that can be fixed. There's no issues with that. And then take a photo that, hey, this is the webcam, but then like there's screen issues there in the bottom, and eventually you got to fix the frame of the of the thing there. But that's for people who like it to fix stuff. And then I showed photographs of the 2 issues with the corner brackets there that hold up the screen, and there's a little bit of scratching in the back there, and this and that. But you do have the charger and all that, so that's why it's priced accordingly. But it's actually uh, arguably has dropped in price, so it's on the lower end of stuff because I want it to sell quicker now. So we'll see how that goes. So yeah, what else? What else? But also the other thing that I guess Sub Games completely forgot was that we're also just trying to sell a bunch of artwork, a lot of paintings in framed and unframed that are on canvas. Some can be ready to hang on the wall. Some is basically we have art stuff, and we also have the rug that we're trying to sell, the glucerna, the banknotes, foreign currency, the shower stuff. We do have a heating blanket as well. Maybe that could sell. Collectible stamps, scarves, knitting stuff, vitamins, minerals stuff, home medications, over the counter stuff, some electronic stuff, but as you can see here, it's mainly like majority of is like artwork, and for some reason that's not selling as well as what it used to. So yeah, I wanted to show you all to cover. All right, so we covered the electronics clarity in that. So yeah, electronics. I don't think electronics dropped that much in price. I know they can, but it's like the stuff I'm selling. Like I'm doing my research here, and it's not like, oh, I've lost 70% of the value in a very short amount of time. It usually doesn't apply. Like and plus, I think the only thing I bought that was new was the Switch and the the Switch basically is in new condition. It's like hardly ever been used. The laptop's used, and then when I sold the PC back in 2021, that was new as well. Now, if we're getting a regular increase in income on eBay, we may even possibly upgrade the Chromebook to something else, but that's debatable. So, what else is the other issue? The other issue that I can think of is, Subgames was talking about income, right? So I want to give some clarity to that. So, in the current situation in terms of income, here's where we're at right now. I have one full-time job. Arguably, it's even more than full-time because I get like 90 hours in 2 weeks. So that's like 48 hours a week. More than full-time, technically, working overtime in that. But unfortunately, I don't get full like time and a half with that because it's sort of a government job. And I'm like listening to my grandma. I was like, who's she talking to? So yeah, so I have a full-time income that brings in every 2 weeks a little bit over 1,200, give or take. But it's you could argue that it's maybe like 2,500 a month. So that's just one job, and I don't think that's enough. And it's like some people make less than that, some people make more than that. But that's what's being made off of that one job, and it's a home job. But it's great that I have that, but it's not like we're not at what I call a living wage yet. So next thing is eBay. With eBay right now, according to the statistics seeing here, supposedly I'm making like 500 a month off of that. It probably fluctuates more, is my guess. We were making at one point, and this was March of 2023. We were doing so right now. eBay says I'm probably doing like 8 to what is this? Shiroki is asking. So why is Rooster being rude? It's confusing. So Rooster's being rude. What do you mean Rooster's being? Oh, I'll cover that right quick here too. I'll talk about Rooster. Oh, Shiroki. That's not Shiro, is it? So yeah, to finish the income stuff right quick. So 2,500 plus the 500. So we're making maybe 500 a month income, maybe. The other issue right now is that we had COVID bonuses with. I thought you said Rooster was being salty and jealous. Yeah, we'll cover that right quick. We talked about that in the several other parts, but I'll cover that again here. This is not Shiro, is it? I'm curious. Is this Shiro? I have a Shiroki here in chat here. for those who are gonna wondering what's going on. Um, it's Shiroki. Yeah, but this is not Shiro from Discord, is it? I'm trying to see if you're two different people here. But I'll answer here. Um, so yeah, the issue is that yeah, Sub Games was like, I don't no, not really. What's okay? Let's see. Yeah, I don't think this is Shiro from Discord. This seems to be somebody else here. Um, Sub Games was saying that I don't make a lot of an income. I don't make an income. Well, the only income I make online is through eBay, and eBay probably just covers like gas and then a little bit extra money. Unfortunately, I'm not having any money from YouTube, and that's where I want the money in as well. Unlike Rooster and a few other people, they don't seem to look at YouTube as a business as compared to what um, like you like here's what's been going on with the business side with YouTube. So we weren't wanting for Thai company channel be monetized. We were wanting to get Rooster monetized, but Rooster was not following the regular method that we had. And I kept telling Rooster back in like as far back as like the old channel. Well, I was telling him that, hey Rooster, we need to monetize our channels. And we had a group of people who were helping us out. We had Dan's as part of the group. I mentioned that we had like some people from Vietnam, we had some people from Indonesia, and we had this crew of people. Because I remember Dan had like a Roblox group. We were creating a group that was like generating Robux. So that's part of like how I don't even know how many Robux I have on Roblox anymore. I'm going to take a look into that. But Dan was part of like the group. We had people from Vietnam, people from Indonesia, and a group of people essentially. We were doing the giveaway stuff back on the original channel, and we monetized the original Thai company channel, and I made like $150 off of it. But this was like years ago, and then we had some issues with the channel. That channel was taken down. All right, so let's go to the Rooster stuff here because Shiro wants to get some clarity there. So why is Rooster being rude? So Umain thinks Rooster is rude. That's Umain's thing. I don't know if I would call him fully rude, because that's more of Umain's language. I do think, though, I mean, to kind of give an argument, I do think Rooster should have done a few things. He should have given, like, talked about his concerns. He didn't voice his concerns, didn't provide any sort of writing or any kind of insight that he had concerns with some of the videos. So why is Rooster being rude? Why is it confusing for Rooster being rude? Well, I guess the confusion is that Umain is saying that Rooster is rude. That's probably Umain's language that you took that up from. So was Rooster being salty or jealous? Salty, I guess you could say salty. Jealous, a lot of people thought that Rooster was jealous because the Thai company channel was getting more subs than his channel, but I don't know, because we problem is we haven't really talked much about the channel stuff, because Rooster's general opinion is that because what we were trying to do was we were really insisting for Rooster's stay with Roblox, to continue making videos with Roblox, and Rooster's statement now is that he will not be going back to Roblox unless it's like an occasional video on Disaster Master. But I don't know why he wants to only play Disaster Master, not other Roblox games. I find that to be weird. Let's see here. A person was saying that you're not being... What is this? A person saying that Rooster is not being true, and that confused me because it's true. What? I don't understand that statement here. Shiroki, you must have been watching the Sub Game stream, is what I'm thinking. I don't know what stream you watched. On your last live or video of Rooster, I said what? What did I say about Rooster? But no, see, I can go back and I don't know if I can pull up Discord here. On your last video, Rooster was being so Rooster was upset. He was mad about a few different things. We covered. Let me see if I can pull up Discord again here to kind of show you all. I'm going to try to pull up Rooster's chat here that we had, because he had a few things that he was not happy about. One of the big things was Umain. And Umain's basically statement is that he doesn't care about any. So I'll pull up Umain stuff and I'll pull up Rooster stuff again. So I'm going to try to open up Discord here. Rooster is streaming, by the way. So Rooster, okay, so Rooster, thankfully Rooster is back to streaming. At least I got him to do that. Okay, streaming secret, hush, hush. Trackmania stream, not many people will see it, LOL. So that's what Rooster's saying here. So why would Rooster want to be secret about a stream? That's weird. I might have to go on Rooster. I might have to, what's the word? Get on Rooster's stream here and start bugging him. But he's playing track. So a few different things. Rooster was mad at Umain because Umain was saying some pretty crazy stuff. The video was Rooster's Dead Part 3. So what exactly is the question here? Question, Shiroki. Person was saying that salty or jealous. I think, is that your question? We're going to try to see if I can resolve this, Shiroki. Rooster was angry at Umain and a few other things. In the comment, a person said it's not true on part 3. Oh, freaking. Oh, you're talking about Monopoly. Yeah. Monopoly is. I'm gonna have to talk about Monopoly again, unfortunately. Talk about that creature. So Monopoly, we're kind of, Subgames doesn't know who Monopoly is. That's one thing that we. Oh, I got to talk about that thing as well. Yeah. So Subgames made it clear that apparently he knows who Monopoly is, but doesn't know who Monopoly is. Which I gotta resolve what that is about. So Monopoly is this character that was being hyper aggressive, hyper, attacking the channel, was saying nasty comments, full blown cussing, worse than Umain cussing, and essentially became an instant enemy of the Thigh Company channel. Apparently, I thought I was under the impression that Subgames, Monopoly, and Rooster, and I think it was like a fourth person, very bad. And we took that. We took down part 2, but Monopoly's main cussing and saying nasty comments was on part 2. Eventually, I took down part 2, and then eventually decided to start deleting some of Monopoly's comments because I didn't even want to read it anymore. And it was like, oh, you Thigh Company, you are a big go take your stick out of your what, and I'm not gonna talk about all that. So yeah, that's what I thought, that Rooster, Subgames, I thought that's what my initial thoughts were. There's this big team. I thought it was like a team of Shiro, Rooster, Subgames, Monopoly. So that's 4 people. And a few other people. I thought that they all, I could have sworn it was so here's where it gets weird and kind of in the gray zone. Subgames told me at one point it was 5 or 6 people. That's what he thought. Subgames later found out it was as many as 29 people who were I don't want to say attacking, but in on the whole thing. That's what Subgames said in his live stream, that it was as many as 29 people. But I didn't, we didn't get 29 people attacking at once. It was Monopoly was the big guy. I don't even want to say guy because apparently it's a girl and it's a sensitive situation. And there's also issues with Monopoly that I can get into, but I think right now it's better to hold it off for a future live stream. But essentially, yeah, Monopoly was saying a bunch of cussing and all that, and it got pretty bad. And we resolved a lot of this with Subgames here. So yeah, Subgames claims that Monopoly is not part of his group. He has no association with Monopoly. And who was it? Somebody had thought that Monopoly was something from Rooster's channel. some person thought it was like a friend of Rooster's sister. Some person thought it was Rooster's sister, and I went on Monopoly's channel, and it's not Rooster's sister. It's probably a friend of Rooster's sister is what we're thinking. Because Monopoly's got some other issues I'm not going to even bring up. But yeah, some pretty bad language, and Rooster and Sub Games had to get Monopoly to calm down, basically. Because there were also like rumors of people trying to report every channel. No, I'm sorry, report every video and then try to take down the channel, which is definitely like the worst thing possible. That person was so rude. Yeah, very rude, because they were trying to take down the freaking channel. Why do they like to make fun of channels, though? I don't understand that. I get somebody getting mad at like a video or topic, okay? It's going to get them banned. Yeah, it can get them banned. But YouTube's a little weird in terms of trying to ban stuff. Because they sometimes and I have to go to again talk about Sub Games again in this. Sub Games brought up the topics like, Thai company, you're not going to get banned. There's a strike system, and if you only get only when you get 3 strikes, you can get your channel taken down. That's not necessarily true, because the original Thai company channel didn't get any strikes. They took the channel down in one instance. And that channel was having issues so Rooster was under the impression that it was copyright. It's not no copyright issues. Problem was that we were doing back then, and this was like what year would this have been? 2017, 2018, 2019. No, this has been 19 and 20 probably, more than likely. We were doing like giveaway videos, and people were complaining that they weren't getting like pets and like Ninja Legends. That's probably what it was more than anything. And people were freaking Ferno. That's what it was. We had this person named Ferno from Mars. Ferno from Mars, his group of people, they were against the Rooster, and they were against the Thai company channel back then. So do some of them scam their fans? Some of who? Well, I'm trying to understand. Who was scamming who? Do some of them scam their fans? I'm trying to think who you're referring to. Rooster doesn't scam anybody. I have not scammed anyone. I don't know who would be scamming. One of the channels. What channel was scamming people? Nobody was scamming. I don't know where you get that from. The one who plays Pet Simulator. I don't know who's. Oh, you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. You're talking about. There's a bunch of other people, like other channels. Oh, hey, Alex is texting me. I got text Alex. Hey, Thai company, I'm not working today because I didn't feel well, so I just called off. Oh well. Cool. Glad that you are free. All right, I'm texting Alex on Discord here as well. So yeah, you're talking about back in the day, several years ago, there was a bunch of YouTubers who were part of this Chinese group of people who were trying to steal account information. And I'll probably make a video talking about the Roblox scammers and how there was this big infamous scheme going on, because I even freaking almost got in touch with one of the gangs at one point. This was back. I know Dragon knows this. Dragon, who was it? Dragon, Umain, Rooster, and I think there was a few other people. We had Blood Shark, who was another friend of the group. We got in touch with this girl called Lily, and Lily's boyfriend was one of these Chinese scammers. And we'll make a whole video talking about that craziness. But yeah, back in the day, there were a bunch of channels who were trying to steal account information, and what they were trying to do was they were getting people to go to some third-party website, type in their account information, and then those Chinese scammers would copy that information and then log in and then hack into those accounts. That's what that group was unfortunately doing back in the day. So that's why you would call those Chinese scammers, a scam, right? Because they were trying to, I think what they were trying to do was they would either get these accounts and then either resell the accounts, or they would transfer all the Robux and everything that was of value on that account to a different account or something like that. They were like making money off of it somehow. Yeah, but that was like, oh God, that was like 3 or 4 years ago. Probably even more, maybe even as far back as 5 years ago. But yeah, that was one of the craziest things that was going on back in the day. So yeah, so that should resolve that discussion here. But yeah, so back to Subgames and Monopoly. But yeah, Subgames says he doesn't know who Monopoly is. And I don't know why. Maybe I was reading fast. I kept calling Monopoly Milo or Milo Plays or something. I was just, I guess, reading fast. So I guess that was part of my mistake there. But so yeah, I guess the final part we'll talk about now is the Rooster stuff. So here's what Rooster was wanting here. So he wanted a formal apology from Umain. Umain says he's not going to do that. So I don't know, maybe I might have to push Umain a different way to get him to do it or something. So yeah, Umain's like MIA, I guess is what you could call him. Because he's like, oh, I got to do my work and all that. But I'm going to investigate Umain and figure out, I think Umain might be lying and just trying to get out of doing an apology. Because if he seriously failed all of his classes, then he did something wrong, or he didn't do a thing since I helped him. More likely, he didn't do a thing. The other thing was Rooster wants to, like, in the future, he wants for me to, like, inform him before recording him on Discord, like for a live stream, which I told him, yes, I'll do that. And another thing was he was not happy about a few of the live streams that happened like over a year ago. What is this? Itadakimasu? What is that? Itadakimasu. I don't know what that means. Are you talking about itadakimasu, which is like what people say before they eat? I don't know what that's supposed to be referencing. But yeah, so Rooster basically doesn't... Rooster thought that there were some live streams that were, well, in his words, where I was trying to actively have teams of people harass his channel, which is, I would argue that's not what the case was. The reason he thought that was because, and Subgames supported me on this as well. He was like, nah, that's not what Thai Company is trying to do. Thai Company was like, and he talked about one of the videos of a live stream that happened over a year ago, which was titled, "Is Rooster Sped?" ? And the reason we had that title is because Umain was using that term, like, oh, Rooster is sped now. That's what Umain was saying back in the day. And I think, and I have to rewatch that video again, but Umain was saying some crazy stuff back in that video. He was saying that, oh, I'm going to go to Rooster's house and I'm going to end him. And I'm like, Umain, you being crazy. Why are you saying that? And Subgames, I think Subgames watched that part of that live stream because Rooster had brought that live stream up. And there were, on top of that live stream, there were 2 other live streams that Rooster didn't like, which were... And I'm right now going to Rooster's chat here. I'm trying to figure out which ones they were here. And there's like he sent me a photograph of them. And I'm trying to pull them up. One was like, okay, so Rooster is back on YouTube, November 2022. I don't know why he thought that was a bad video. Because Rooster was like on hiatus or something. And he came back to YouTube. Apparently that's like, he thought that was bad to announce that. And then there was another stream that happened over a year ago called What Happened to Rooster, where apparently I was having a conversation with him and he was telling me what happened. And because I had recorded it and put it on like a live stream, he wasn't happy about that. Which I have to dig into that now again, just figure out, because I have a feeling that he probably was fine with it But how did he go back a year ago and look at those live streams again? I'm kind of curious about that. So yeah, so we covered that with Rooster. I think we talked about that yesterday or in part 3. Probably in part 4 is when we talked about it. Yeah, but I mean, we're still not happy that Rooster doesn't want to play Roblox ever again. We're not exactly happy about that because we had a bunch of stuff that was working out pretty good. Like the Varnity series was really good, but then Rooster stopped doing Varnity for some reason, which is very unfortunate. So all we have right now is we could probably go, if we do some of the Roblox stuff, which when we were doing the Vardy stuff, Vardy was awesome. That's like the second most viewed live stream that we have. Even like the residual, like after the main Vardy like video that we made, even whenever we do another Vardy video, it was still getting, some views. But right now, I don't want to do Roblox anymore. If we do Vardy, that's going to be back in like, we would probably do this in, speaking of which, somebody bought a coin off of eBay, and I'm glad about that. So I can ship one of my coins out. But yeah, if we do Vardy, it's going to be probably in like October for Halloween. That's probably more than likely what's going to happen, or maybe in September, the earliest. But Rooster doesn't want to participate in that, more than likely. And I would hate to try to force everything. The next thing is that what else were we doing on Roblox? We were doing like party games and all that 1.2. And there's something else that happened. I'm not remembering right now off the top of my head about Roblox, but we had a bunch of content that was popular when we did Roblox stuff. Now I have to start over from scratch again. And right now, the only active people I can think of who are on Roblox probably would be Cyan Plays YT. Dan's is probably busy. I can't even get in touch with Dan's anymore because he has a whole new different time zone and everything. And I don't know if he's in Vietnam or if he's in England now for his university stuff. So now we got to figure out, who's left on Roblox. And if we don't have anybody left on Roblox, now I have to go back from square one and find a new round or a new group of people. I think Dragon still plays Roblox every once in a while, but if I get into doing like a fun thing with Roblox, he'll get back into Roblox. So that'll be maybe a second person. Umain says he's done. Rooster says he's done. I don't know if Shiro plays Roblox. I have no clue about that. And as far as I can tell, Cyan Plays YT or Cyan YT is the only active person on the Discord channel right now. Alex may still possibly play Roblox. I'll have to check with him. And otherwise, typically on my Discord channel, I have about 6 or 7 people who are usually online who I can talk to. And then everybody else, which is like 20-something people, are offline. So if you want to join the Discord channel, we would be happy for that because we have like 30 people and we want to get it to like 50. We'll see how that goes. So yeah, there's like a link to the Discord page. I think it's on the YouTube my YouTube channel homepage. There should be a link to the eBay store and a link to the Discord channel. So yeah, that's something we're going to look into. What else has been going on? Let's see here. Yeah, Cyan YT, or Squarey is the other name for Cyan YT. Yeah, but what sucks is that Squarey doesn't want to use his mic. I don't know why. He's told me he doesn't feel comfortable talking on camera. I don't know if I could get him like a robotic voice or something like that. That would be cool. I don't know who else. I got to figure out who else is on Discord and Roblox and all that. So it looks like I'm going to have to start doing what's called headhunting. But yeah, that should probably cover. So that covers sub games as far as I can tell. I think we talked about Rooster far enough. We've covered Umain. at the beginning of the live stream. I'm not sure. Is there anything else I'm forgetting, perhaps? I don't know if you're still in the stream, Shiroki. Or if Shiroki, if you get, I don't know if you have a Discord, if you want to join the Discord group. What else? What else? But yeah, that pretty much is what we're looking at here. There's a few people I'm going to have to start hitting up again on Discord to see who's on Roblox. And yeah, hopefully we can get that PC. If we can get a new PC, that would be awesome. But we have to save up like, oh man, probably like, a paycheck worth of money, because we're looking at 1,000 or 1,500 is probably 1,500 is what we're looking at for the fund. So hopefully we start selling some paintings and we can get the electronics to sell. That would be awesome. But yeah, guys, if you have not already, make sure to subscribe to the Thigh Company channel. We're trying to get to 1,750 subscribers. Make sure also to hit the bell icon so you get notifications for future videos, live streams, and episodes and all that. And also comment down below what you would like to see for future live streams and videos. Make sure you like the video, give the video a thumbs up, and we'll see you all on the next live stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully this is the final episode of the Rooster is Dead series. And, I want to make this an end of a drama of what it was. And we're probably going to get into the family stories again. So yeah, we'll see you all in the next live stream. Thank you guys so much. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your February, wonderful rest of your day as well. And we'll see you on the next live stream. Thank you guys so much. Take care and have a happy, wonderful rest of your day. Stay safe and have fun.